Hey everybody, Scotchman TT here. So today we're going to go through one of my newest additions to my collection. Yes, I know I'm late to the game, but I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. We know about light and fruity and sweet. So of course my first thing that I've gone to when I started Scotch collecting would have been Speyside, Highlands, and I've gradually turned a little bit, pivoted and gone to Islay. Yes, Islay, Islay. So Islay is basically the home of distillation in Scotland. Yes, so it came across from Ireland, as a wedding party. The people came across, and then Islay decided, hey, we like this Scotch thing, and then it spread all over Scotland. So I think Islay is the people that really started it, and they cling to that tradition. And today what we're going to taste, Lagavulin 16-year-old. Yes, Lagavulin is one of those classic scotches. So this Lagavulin distillery is actually one of those that is supposed to represent Scotch from the Islay region. So they have different distilleries. They're actually all named on the back of the box. So for Lowland it's Glenkinchie, for Highland it's Dalwhinnie, for Speyside it's Cragganmore, for Island it's Talisker, for Western Highland it's Oban, and for Speyside and for Islay it's Lagavulin. So let's give it a pour while we wait a little bit. So Lagavulin is arguably one of the oldest distilleries in Scotland. It was established in 1816, and we know that most of the Speyside distilleries were established like around 1824 or later than that, Highlands along the same, because basically there was an act that would have made it very, very expensive for them to produce their Scotch based on the still sizes. So it was more favoring the lowland distilleries that were doing grain whiskey at that point in time. So before that, having an actual registered distillery was very scarce and very few and far between, because you were expected to pay taxes. But the thing is, Islay is so far from the main administrative part of Scotland, the government, that it was people were just kind of doing their own thing very quietly. And because of that, Islay has its own traditions, it has its own flavor, and of course it's full of peat. So peat is like smoke. So anything that comes from Islay, is going to be smoky. So you have Lagavulin, you have Bowmore, you have Laphroig, which are all very close to each other. You have a few others on there also that they're known for their peatiness, and they're known for their levels of peatiness, and the PPI, which is the parts per inch or the parts per millimeter ppm of, it's a lot. They're very known for being very peaty. So this Lagavulin in particular, the 16-year-old, again, 16-year-old means it has been in cask for 16 years. They've been in American casks. And this Lagavulin, it was the slowest distilled of all of the, yes, lovely, the slowest distilled of all of the distilleries on Islay. So look at that color. And of course they have no additives, they don't add any caramel, right? So this is made from water, yeast and malted barley. So how do they get the peat into the Scotch? Good question. So what happens is, just as you're about when you make the mash and you're about to put the fire in, what they do is they put the peat into that fire. So the peat smoke is what actually goes through the Scotch. And would you believe that there are different kinds of peat? So the different kinds of peat will give you different types of smoke flavoring, and they also burn at different temperatures. So there is an art to getting peat. I think there are a few different types depending on the top, the middle and the lower layer, and the heat will make a difference, because after you dig it up, in the olden days you dig it up and leave it out to dry in the fields with the heather for a couple of months, and then they will take it in. And some of them you have to do at very low temperatures, because the low temperatures gives you more smoke, because the smoke is what you want. What you don't want is that you burn off this peat and then all of a sudden it disappears. You want to try the optimum temperature to give it the most smokiness, because the smoke passing through your mash is what is going to grab onto the smoke and put that peat into your Scotch basically. So let's give it a nose. I'm telling you all, I bought it. First time I'm tasting it, it's on camera for you all. That is like sticking your head in a barbecue pit, which is what I expect from Islay. I love my Bowmore 15. Let's see what this Lagavulin 16 does next to it. Oh, that is so good. It is smoky. It is rich. I get wood, like wood. I mean, it's been in a cask for 16 years. When I first started my Scotch journey, I couldn't stand the smell of smoke. So Bowmore would have been one of my earlier bottles of Scotch, maybe a year or two in. I was like, oh, what's Bowmore? Didn't know eye-luh, only know Spacer, let me try it. And when I smelled it, I was like, whew, repulsed. But as I've grown more into my Scotch journey, I actually appreciate the differences of the regions now, and even the differences from the distilleries within the same region. So now this is exciting to me, like I can't wait to get into it. That is good. Smoky, peaty, a little bit of salt, a little bit of wood. This is gonna be good, guys. Oh, before I taste, I didn't check the legs. So excited to taste. Throw it around. Now again, 16 years old. Legs now forming. So we'll skip this. I expect it to be complex. If not, I'm gonna be disappointed. Still going. Still going. Still going. Still going. I think I should get a pen and paper. Before I say anything, I'm gonna take another sip. Tip of the tongue is sweet. It's very little spice. As it hits the back of the throat, going down, back of the tongue, going down the throat. Kind of woody taste. But this finish is long and lingering peat. Like, honestly, the aftertaste reminds me of barbecue. You know, like, I grill a lot, so if you're out in the backyard and I'm not grilling, like barbecue. So not just if you throw a steak on and it's just some nice light smoke, some nice heavy, intense, peaty smoke, still there. I'm talking to you and it's still all there, all right there. Which I don't mind, it's good, but it's a nice, lingering, peaty finish. If you don't like a long finish, this is not good for you. But I like it. One more sip before I add water. It's good. Very good. Give it normal. Some people use a dropper. I just pour it in. I try to measure out which I think would be half a cupful. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of water. See? That little bit of water I put, it's really not going to change the color much, I mean, honestly. May affect the legs, I guess. Not so much. Not so much. So, again, 16 years this has been in a cask. So I expect that when I drop water in it, a different flavor, something else is going to pop. It's going to be more than just smoky. Let's see. By the way, finish is still there. Still smokiness in my throat, still smokiness in the back of my palate. Nose. Less woodiness. It's very light. Nose is not very light. Peat, but very light. Very, no longer the harsh, you stick your head in a barbecue pit and getting all the fumes, more kind of, or somebody barbecue and just a little smoke in the distance. Still nice. Taste. That is what I wanted to see. 16 years old in a cask. So when I add water, you're supposed to excite me and make me smile to be like, oh geez and ages, this is good. That's what you did. So before, it was wood, smoke, sweet on the tip, straight to wood, straight to heavy intense smoke. Now it's still sweet to the tip, but it's light smoke and light wood. And well, I can't tell because the finish was so strong with the smokiness after. I can't tell if this finish I'm tasting now is still the smokiness from the first one, or if it's a little less now that I added water. Okay. Take another sip and see. Woody. No space side. This is not fruity or floral or light at all. Woody and deep and strong and robust. I want to say yes. I want to say adding the water definitely smooth on the smoky finish. It's still there. It's a lot smoother. The drink itself is a lot smoother. How much is this at 40? How much percent? Bottled at 43%, so maybe the water kind of made it smoother. I'm not sure, but I like it both ways. I like it straight without the water, and I like it with the water because it's actually like two different drinks, which is what I expected for a 16-year-old. Take one more. This is good. This is good. This is good, guys. Definitely, like I said, it's a new bottle, so I'm definitely gonna have to work my way through, see how it changes over time as the air interacts with the Scotch. But Lagavulin 16, it's good to me. Definitely, it's worthy if you have it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my review. If you don't and you see it, it's a little on the pricey end, but it's available locally, and definitely want to have in a collection. If you don't have anything from Islay, definitely want to have for contrast. And as usual, thanks for joining. Thank you for being part of Scotchman Tastings. Follow me, see my glass, see my name, yeah? Follow me on Instagram, Scotchmantt, Facebook, Scotchmantt, and while on YouTube, you follow me now. So if you saw this video somewhere, follow me please. And yeah, more tastings to come. Slanja bar. See you all on the next one. Thanks for following my tastings, guys.